Hi there, it is Saturday morning and I apologize, I had a little bit of technical difficulties. You gotta love technology. This is Meals with Melissa. Now I'm not gonna lie, this is the last thing I ever thought I would ever do because I am not a great cook. I'm just not. I like to bake, but cooking is not really my thing. But you know what, here's what I've discovered. You know, when people decide to eat a little bit healthier, they kind of struggle a little bit with finding ways to eat well. So that's what this is all about, is just finding some simple, easy recipes that you can do at home that keep you on the right track, eating a little more whole food, a little more healthy. And I really find it funny because one of the first things that people want to do when they first decide I got to eat better is they ask me for recipes. And I'm going, okay, well, how complicated do you really want to get? Because really the biggest obstacle most people have is time. So I keep things as simple as I possibly can just because, well, I just don't do complicated. So let's see how well I can make Facebook Live work in my kitchen. And I don't promise clean, and you're going to see all my dirty laundry, right? Yes, I have alcohol sitting on the counter. I just don't drink it very often. So today we're making strawberry protein crepes. And honestly, all it is really, it's not really even a crepe. It's a protein pancake. We're just going to make it a little bit thinner so that it works, you know, that we can wrap some berries and things in it. And we're going to add a very, they call it a keto cream. But honestly, I don't know how you can completely block all the carbs out of everything that we're making here today. So, you know, but it is very much more paleo, more healthy, because that's what it is. We just want to start eating a little bit better, eating a little more clean and a little more whole. And when I'm done, I'm going to post not only the recipe, but also the macros and the calories below per serving so that you can put that into MyFitnessPal and use it to your advantage when you're trying to figure out what you're trying to do when it comes to nutrition. So here we go. I've got everything set up. Like I said, hopefully you can see everything I'm doing. It's on a small phone. So here we go. I've got my pan already heating up. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take 6 egg whites, or 6 ounces of egg whites. Now we just get ours from Kirkland, from Costco, the Kirkland brand. But you can do, do your own egg whites, do the flip flop with the yolks and get rid of them. I'm also taking 1 scoop of vanilla whey protein. Now I'm going to warn you, not every whey protein will work for this, for baking and cooking purposes. Sometimes it just turns out a little weird. There are a few that are designed for baking. To be honest, I just use the one that I've been using forever, which is Matrix by Syntrax, Matrix 5.0. They tend to mix really well. They tend to work out better for this. So I'm going to mix it up in just a shaker bottle. You could use a Ninja, you can use whatever. But I like it to be fairly well blended. I have my pan already heating on the stove. Okay. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a pan spray so that it doesn't stick. Okay. And I'm going to have to turn this on just a little bit. And I'm just going to pour it in there and allow that to cook. And it's already hot, so it's going to cook pretty fast. Now, meanwhile, while that's cooking, I've actually already started whipping up my heavy cream. Okay. Now, the recipe that I use calls for Organic Valley. Apparently, that's supposed to be way less carbs, but like I said, everything has just a smidgen in it. But I'm just using some heavy whipping cream. I've already whipped 2 cups of heavy whipping cream in my lovely KitchenAid back there. Yeah, gotta love a KitchenAid. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit of liquid stevia. Now you can actually use powdered stevia, the little granules, it's fine. And I know for most people, a lot of people don't like the bitterness of stevia, but here's the deal. Sucralose is not your friend. Sucralose, according to my really good friend Tracy Gibbs, who is he's a scientist, he's amazing. They've discovered that when you use sucralose, because your tongue tastes sweet, it actually spikes your insulin. And so we're kind of trying to avoid that. Stevia is not a sugar derivative, it's actually from the stevia plant. So I'm going to use something called Sweet Drops that you can get from your local supplement store. You can order it from Amazon too. It's super easy. My favorite, they come flavored too, which is awesome. My favorite is, there's like a toffee something or other, and I've got a caramel. This one is double chocolate just because I ran out of the other. But while my my crepe is cooking, I'm just going to add a few drops of that. Don't go overboard. It is very, very sweet, more so than sucralose or other sugar substitutes. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that in with my whipping cream. I'm also going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla, just for flavoring. And of course, you can see I shop at Costco. Not my favorite place. I have a love-hate relationship with Costco. So I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Okay. And bear with me. I'm going to whip it. It's going to be a little noisy. And that's it. I've already pre-whipped my heavy whipping cream so that it's a little bit thicker. I just whip it on high. I'm gonna, in a minute here, try and flip my protein crepe. That might be a disaster waiting to happen, but at least you know what kind of a cook I am. Meanwhile, I've also cut up some fresh strawberries. And of course, you can use whatever works. You can use any sort of berries. I like berries because they're higher in fiber. And of course, I'm eating alongside of protein, so they're not gonna hit my system quite as fast with the simple sugars. Fruit is not a freebie, guys. It's not. Remember way back, this will tell you I'm old. Remember way back when fruits and vegetables used to be combined in the food pyramid that our lovely government put out for us? The problem is fruit tastes better, so everybody ate a whole lot more fruit than vegetables. I tell people max 2 servings a day, and you should be eating it alongside a protein. The benefit of fruit is that it is very nutrient dense. It has a lot more vitamins. When it comes to simple sugars, that's a way better option than anything you can get from the grocery store that is wrapped. Anything that's processed, of course, is all added sugar, not natural sugar. So I've already got my strawberries ready to go. I have not added any sort of extra sweetness or sugar to them because I'm gonna get that from the cream when I'm done. Okay, so we're gonna try and flip this. Yeah, we'll see how that works, right? Actually, not too shabby. Made a little bit of a mess, but not too shabby. You can also, I'm using a pan on the stove, but you can also use a pancake griddle. We use that for all kinds of things. It works really well for us. So that's only has a couple more minutes. I've got my cream ready to go, my strawberries ready to go. My first KitchenAid, let me tell you, my first KitchenAid actually lasted me over 20 years, or almost 20 years. Actually, it still works just fine, but my little whipper broke, and then this came up for a good deal a couple years ago at Costco for Christmas. So I now actually technically have 2 KitchenAids, but it works really well. I can just throw things in there and get things done super fast. And like I said, I don't have a lot of time. I run 2 businesses. I help my husband with his business. I have to keep things simple, guys. I don't do complicated, right? All right, so our pancake is done. So I keep calling it a pancake. Technically, it kind of is, right? You can call it pancake. You can call it crepe. Like I said, I'm calling it crepe because I want it a little thinner. I want to wrap my strawberries around it and put my whipping cream in there. But you know, I discovered a while ago that protein pancakes are super, super simple. I don't do the protein mixes. Those actually contain, some of them contain gluten. Some of them contain sugars within them. Yeah, you're welcome, Suzanne. Thanks for tuning in. So, you know, I don't need all that other garbage. Literally, it's the 6 ounces of egg whites, the scoop of whey protein mixed together, and it actually, I mean, come on, it looks pretty darn good, right? Sometimes I'll use sugar-free syrup or sugar-free caramel syrup like I put in my coffee. But like I said, for today, we're just going with some fresh fruit. Got my strawberries ready here. Okay, and of course, as little or as much as you want. I love berries, so I'm gonna put a lot. And if you make it super thin, you can obviously roll it up like a regular crepe. Mine cooked a little thicker than I intended it to, so who cares? It tastes good, so I don't really care. So I've got my berries on there. I'm gonna add a little bit of the heavy whipping cream. Okay. Now, what I give you is for macros is going to be with 2 tablespoons of the whipping cream. So make sure that you do measure what you do because, you know, think salad dressing. When ranch dressing first came out as a kid, loved this stuff, but it was like, let's see if we can put a 4th cup of ranch dressing on our salad. Yeah, that ends up being a lot of calories because of the fat. So, you know, it is important in the beginning, make sure you are measuring your ingredients, only because if you don't, then you're not accurate on your macros or your calories. So, super, super simple. I'm gonna grab me a fork. I just need a bigger camera, right? And a camera crew, that would be awesome. And I'm just gonna eat my protein pancake. Super easy, you guys. Can make it for the whole family. My family eats clean. My whole family eats clean because I refuse to bring junk home. If we're gonna eat some junk, it's a planned event, and usually everybody feels pretty crummy when we're done. So, guys, cheers. Yep. Okay, that's actually really, really good. So, protein crepes, protein pancakes, got some fresh fruit on there, whatever you wanna call it. It's pretty awesome. Now stay tuned next week. We're gonna try to do this every Saturday. I know the Saturdays get a little crazy, but I have a guest for next week. Chef Brett, he's awesome. If you've been paying attention to any of the stuff I post, He makes up some incredibly great recipes, and they're all very healthy. So he's going to join me, and we're going to have an incredible recipe. We'll actually let you know what that's going to be. So you guys have an incredible weekend and a great day, and we'll talk soon. Bye now.